Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. Welcome. I hope you're doing well today. Well, Otis and I would like to say thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. A little bit about the coronation coming up. So Queen Camilla consort is going to be crowned with a modern royal twist to the crown that's going to be placed on her head during the coronation, and it's going to be in honor of Queen Elizabeth II. Well, Buckingham Palace has just revealed that the royal headpiece that is going to be placed on Queen Camilla's head is going to have a little bit of a different design to it. Now, this is really interesting. The historic heirloom is going to be placed on her head. It's as she is being crowned next to King Charles III. We know this is going to happen on May 6th. And she's going to be wearing this really nice, spectacular crown that was worn by Queen Mary. And it is going to have 2,200 diamonds on it. 2,200 diamonds. Can you imagine? That thing must be heavy. Really heavy. It was worn last time by Queen Mary when she took part in the coronation alongside her husband, King George V, in 1911. Can you imagine the historical moment that happened, and now having it happen in the 21st century, when the last time this happened was in 1911 with King George V, during the time when Queen Mary was queen consort. Yes, queen consort. So it's going to mark the first time in recent history that an existing crown will be used for the coronation of a queen consort instead of a new commission being made. Now, the palace has said, in the interest of sustainability and the interest in efficiency, the last queen consort's crown was reused was in the 18th century when Queen Caroline, consort of King George II, the crown was worn by Mary of Modena. Now, this crown will be slightly altered to include a special little touch honoring Queen Elizabeth. And the work is already underway to reset the headpiece with the Cullinan the third, the fourth, and fifth diamonds that were part of the late monarch's personal jewelry collection. She often wore this when she would have brooches and things. So I just thought that's a little piece of interesting history. When you go to watch the coronation, you can see that this crown that she is going to be wearing was reset to pay honor to Queen Elizabeth II. Now, we all know relationships between siblings and parents is completely different. And what we have that is really very unique in this situation right now is that Prince Harry is not an only child. He's not having these issues with his father and his father wanting to, make things right so that he can come to the coronation. No, there's a whole nother dynamic that we really have to look at, and that is Prince William and his conflict with Harry, and how that's completely different, because Prince William is like, I'm upset. I don't want nothing to do with him. I'm done with Harry. There's all these things that Harry has done for the sake of this woman that William doesn't want to just kind of, sweep it under the rug and all is forgiven and let's get along and let's like everything is good. No, there are real issues that I think William has with Harry, and anybody would, considering what has happened with the just airing of your dirty laundry in public like this. This is so unprecedented behavior from Harry that I think unprecedented measures have to happen. And I sympathize with William. I do. You got this sibling of yours that has acted completely off the charts, not like royalty at all. And his wife, who has stirred up the pot and made things very difficult for the whole family. Like, she's the reason why the family is in this predicament. Speaking of which, she wants her mother to be there. Meghan wants Doria to be at the coronation and to have an invitation. And I say, if Doria gets an invitation, so should the father of Meghan and Meghan's siblings. Because you know Catherine's siblings are going to be there and parents. Why can't Megan's? I think they should be extended an invitation or something. But we'll talk about that in another video. But that definitely should be something that's on the table. If I could just have your attention really quickly, speaking of which, I want to introduce you to Scentbird. When I saw this, I love this idea. Not having to commit to a full bottle of perfume or cologne, where you can get samples mailed to you monthly, see which ones that you like, and you can purchase the full bottle or not of the ones that you like the most. And it's a really great way to sample different scents so that you can find the right scents that you like. You could even gift this to someone if you wanted to. I love this one. This is the Zest for Life Kinsey, and I've got 3 different samples. This is the one for the coronation. Now my goal is to be there, but even if I'm just watching it on the television, this is the one I'm wearing that day. So go ahead and give it a try. Use my code PDINA. You'll get 55% off. Haven't seen anything like this before. So imagine getting different sample of fragrances on a subscription basis every month. And it's perfect for when I'm traveling, because I can put it into this nice little carrying case to make sure it's protected. And it's a beautiful little piece that fits together very easily. And then you just, lock it and it's locked. And you can put it in your little carrying bag. And remember to use my promo code PDINA, that's PDINA, and to get 55% off your first month. Try it. I think you'll like it. And this is the thing for William. I mean, he's really upset. He needs time to calm down. I mean, getting to a point where you're able to even just look at Harry. I mean, just think about it. If you have been this upset with your brother since this book came out, right, in January, and then, you're seeing all of these things, you're really upset with him, but just imagine when, he is physically there in front of you. Your reflexes of anger might just be, you just upset me. Why did you do what you did? And I think William is really going to need time to calm down. And who can blame the man? Who can blame him? I mean, look at what he has done to Catherine and to Charlotte, and how he's trying to make it out to be like, William, I'm trying to help your children for their future so that Charlotte doesn't have to go through what I went through. You're making it out to be like you've been locked in a dungeon somewhere and someone was torturing you with a stick. I mean, you put things into perspective to make them seem so horrible, but not even realizing the privileged position that you are in. I mean, what a privilege to have lived in such luxury, and to go off and to complain in a book the way he's complained, as if his life is so horrible, has got all this privilege, but yet he wants to complain rather than just be grateful for what you actually have. Recognize that. You don't even recognize it. That's, I think, the part that is so infuriating, is that he can't even see the position of privilege that he is in. The audacity to even write a book and complain about your life is a very new level of low. You low in your life if you think people need to sympathize with you for being a spare. Really? For real? Nobody is not going to sympathize with you because you can't even see your privilege. And the one thing that's really got William upset is the fact that he said that he is his arch nemesis, and that whole story around his brother getting upset with him and making him fall and, break the dog bowl and breaking his necklace. I mean, you trying to make William sound like he's just animalistic, like he's barbaric. He is just out of control, upset. And, you saying these things could drive the man to be just that. But we know William is a very mild-mannered man. He's very well poised and nothing like the description that Harry wants us to believe. And I can only imagine how upsetting this is for William. It could be really upsetting that your brother, the one who you would think would know the most about you, the most intimate things about you, has taken these precious moments that you've shared together and you've displayed it for the whole world. You've mentioned things, private things about your brother. You've accused him of his, physical traits as being less than, and you've really gone to a whole new low. These are things that the brother now has to contend with. And the king, on the other hand, just wants both of his sons to get along and to not talk about his wife, which we know Harry has done. He said things about Camilla. So the anger that William has compared to that of the king is very different. It's understandable that William would need more time to get over what has happened and to really try to settle into a new normal with his relationship with his brother. Because at this point, it's a new relationship. It's a new beginning. It's a new life that William is going to have to try to come to terms with. And that's just going to have to take time. We know that they're good at just not saying anything and holding a very united front when they have to. We know that they did it during the Queen's Jubilee and during the funeral, and they're going to have to do it during the coronation, because I'm almost certain they're going to be there, because they have to have that proximity to royalty. They have to show that they are still connected to the royal family. William doesn't want them to be there. The father king to be crowned king on this day wants them to be there. What do you do? It's like you have all these conflicts coming at you. The body language alone on this day is going to speak volumes. This is like you're going to see so much in the way people are postured and the way they're looking, and any kind of smirk or smile or upset or disgust and all, it's just going to be all readable. So now William is having these issues with his father, because William wants to do one thing, his father wants to do another. A royal insider has just shared that William feels that Harry has betrayed his brother. And there were reports that Harry was even feeling a little regretful of the things that he said about William in the book. But, it's too late now. You've said it, and William knows these words are in this book forever, for eternity. You said it, you documented it, and you even talked about it during your interview. So William, I think, if anything, has the most to be upset about, because, this is someone that has gone through the same experiences as Harry. He gets Harry, I think, more than anybody. And he feels the most betrayed because he has the closest relationship with Harry than anybody. They've been together since birth, every day of their lives. And so now William he's really hurt by it. And imagine how Catherine feels. At one time it was William, Catherine, and Harry. They got along beautifully. And they were so in sync and in harmony with their messaging, with their lives, with everything. And then this dynamic of Meghan comes into the picture, and she sets it off, and it explodes. A bomb, it like boom. And you can only imagine how William feels right now. It must just tear at him emotionally that his brother did this to him. He needs time to really just kind of let it all sink in that he has literally lost his mind. He's lost it. The man and just went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's just, this woman has done some serious damage. But William, you can just look at William and look, this is a man that's very mild-mannered. I think he's very respectable, he's humble, and he's there to do a job that he was born to do. He has accepted the role that has been given to him since birth. And he's doing it, and his wife is doing it beautifully. And Harry and Meghan don't like that. They wish they were the ones in that role. So they're trying to carve out something for them that was never meant for them. They're like the bullies in the park trying to take candy from somebody because they want the candy that someone didn't give them. William is at a point now where, how can he really even get over this by the time of the coronation? How will he be able to look at his brother in the face and think, Okay, I forgive you. The king, on the other hand, because of the public perception, because of this historic event, he wants to see the brothers getting along. So the king's perspective is one of, okay, get along so I can go in this store and do what I got to do. Like that's kind of like the parent kind of thing. Okay, we getting ready to go in this store. Now, when we go in this store, you better mind your manners and you better act good and don't be turning out and acting a fool. You know, that's what the king, that's kind of like what it's like for him, because this is a big event. I got to go get crowned. It's time for me to accept, you know, this is going to be one of those symbolic kind of days of me officially becoming king. Although I'm really king, this is symbolic, it's ceremonial, it's all these things, right? And while I'm doing this, children, mind your manners. Okay, and this is one of those things where the brothers now have to show that they can get along while the father goes and does what he does. And this is the thing about King Charles. He, you know, he's looking at it from a perspective that is a lot easier for him because, you know, he's got this busy work to do while he's upset with his son. You know, he's not really going to have to really be bothered with Harry because there's going to be all this commotion around him and this historical occasion. But William, on the other hand, as the sibling to the wackadoo, is going to have to stand there and have to have some kind of, you know, some cordial manners about himself and try to contain the fury inside of him from what his brother has done. And that's what I think is going to be the most difficult for William. And easier for the king. And, you know, he's just doing what he's got to do. And, I mean, anybody would say that. Anyone, we've done it when we've done it with our own children. You know, you're like, y'all better be good. Now I'm going to go in there. Y'all better mind your manners. Don't be acting a fool and, you know, turning out and all these things. and then you just have to wait and see. Are they going to be good this day or they're not going to be good? Like, what's going to happen? We don't know. Charles allegedly has asked that the Archbishop communicate with Harry and Meghan, you know, and talk to them, you know, get the Bible out, talk to them about brotherly love, peace and love, and we stay away from the Cain and Abel story, but talk to them about loving one another, you know. But this is why I think it's not even in the best interest for Harry to even be there because of the attention that it will take away from the king. William, I think, has done everything that he could do in the best way he can. He's remained quiet. He's upset, but in a very dignified, future king kind of a way. And he's just going to have to learn to deal with the new normal of his brother as the new crazy that slipped, fell down, married a woman, and lost his mind. And I want to thank Scentbird for sponsoring this video. See you in the next one. Bye.